So a while back, I made a video on the characters of Hazbin Hotel and which tarot cards I felt represented them from the major arcana. And on that video, one of you guys challenged me to take it another step further and do the same thing, but with the astrological zodiac signs. So today, I'm going to be taking the characters of Hazbin Hotel and figure out which zodiac corresponds with each character. Before I begin, however, I would just like to put it out there that this video probably isn't going to be all that deep. I'm going to be using the most basic of basic stereotypes, traits, and qualities from the signs and try to match them with the personalities of each character, or at least what we know of them. Because if I'm being honest, if I dive in too deep, I'm going to get completely lost. Originally, I pegged Charlie as an Aries due to her passion, optimism, and generous nature. She's also stubborn and willing to take risks, even when it might be best to cool it and lay low for a while. But honestly, this could apply to a number of other zodiac signs, and Charlie's persistence and loyalty, along with her kind and giving nature, moves her one ring down from an Aries. They're not my favorite sign, but I think Taurus fits Charlie to a T. VAGGIE kinda had me stumped at first because all I could think was, I don't think there's a single zodiac sign that's this hot-headed and protective. Wait. Oh no. Oh no. It's my own zodiac sign. Impatient, stubborn, hot-headed, act first, ask questions later. These are the traits this sign is infamous for, and people typically see as our defining trait. VAGGIE is a fellow Aries, and I feel called out. Angel has the potential to be a lot of things, but what got me was his tendency to switch between being playful and sassy to chaotic, reckless, and destructive. He's flirtatious and confident some of the time, blunt, narcissistic, and just all around a loose cannon the rest of the time. However, though he rarely shows it, he does have a softer, more caring side to him that he does show towards Cherry Bomb in the Addict music video and the pilot, and Charlie. Honestly, I hate to do this to him, but I'm giving him 2020 zodiac sign. Gemini. Oh my god, I found a unicorn! Let me explain, and eventually you guys will understand. I know Capricorn often gets labeled as the evil zodiac sign, but that's not what we're going off of here. Aside from being one of the more sneaky and eccentric characters on this show, ALASTOR, and a lot of what we see of him in the show and the comics, is a mask. He hides all of his emotions behind a smile, even though you can tell what he's thinking part of the time through his eyes. He'll always maintain a polite, bouncy, and gentlemanlike front to avoid coming across as weak. And when he chooses to attack, you know you're in for more than you bargained for. Now, the reason why I said I'd found a unicorn is because I think every zodiac has that one sign that they just never see. They're mythical. They don't exist. Well, for me, that sign is Aquarius. So, if you're an Aquarius, sound off in the comments. Let the Aries people know you still exist. Husk, on a surface level, is very difficult to pinpoint. Gruff, vulgar, sarcastic, and unenthusiastic towards, well, everything and everyone. His name literally means shell or an empty vessel, referring to the fact that he's a shell of his former self. Keeping that in mind, we can't look at him simply based off of the pilot. From what we can gather from the various live streams Viv and her team have been a part of, we know that Husk grew up in a casino and enjoys magic shows. The gambling lifestyle could have made him a sly and calculative individual at the poker table, and he most likely knows exactly how to escape if screwing other people over turns violent. According to Dave Capdeville, the reason Husker drinks a lot is because he's deeply troubled emotionally, likely due to his past involving war. and it stated that despite all of this, he's very good with children. If you ask me, he could either be a Taurus or a Cancer, albeit a deeply emotionally damaged one. Maybe even a selfless, introspective, and hopeless romantic of a Pisces if Husk is truly a shell of his former self. It's a stretch that we really won't know much more about until the series progresses. Nifty is described as being hyper and spontaneous, which automatically screams fire sign to me. The fact that she's quick on her feet, a hopeless romantic, and a diligent neat freak might contradict the usual stereotypes associated with this sign, but I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that Nifty is a Leo. Sir Pentious has the exact same personality as your stereotypical 1960s supervillain. Persistent, flamboyant, and way over the top. Basically to the point where it's egotistical and obnoxious, and usually what lands him into trouble. While Nifty displays the ways the sign can be active and productive, Sir Pentious kinda shows the gigantic ego this sign is typically bashed for. I've put Sir Pentious down as a Leo. He's definitely active and driven like a Leo, loves being the center of attention, and also rumored to be a hopeless romantic as well. He's just very oblivious to Angel Dust's sex jokes. Cherry Bomb probably has one of the best personalities that I've seen or heard about since the pilot. She is a straight-up vibe with her boldness and her determination, and not taking any shit from anyone, while at the same time, she's a loyal and caring friend to Angel Dust. She definitely comes across as either an Aries or a Sagittarius, both for the fiery passion that shows in her personality, but also from the fact that she won't take shit and will stand up for herself and others. Tom Trench currently seems like he's the Squidward of Hazbin Hotel. Not in the sense that he's grumpy or arrogant, but in the sense that he currently appears to be the show's punching bag. He doesn't come across as a particularly mean or rude character, and depending on what his role will be in the show, i.e. depending on whether or not he decides to go to Charlie's Hotel, I feel like we could find a loyal, empathetic, and adaptable Cancer somewhere in there. Honestly, Katie Killjoy comes across as an outright Scorpio to me. Like the worst sides of a Scorpio, which is pretty much everything Aries hates about themselves, times 1,000. She's narcissistic and obsessed with her own image, and if that beast is poked even in the slightest, that aggressive and vengeful side emerges. And I'm sure we haven't heard the last of her over the fight she had with Charlie at the news station. Okay, so here's what we know about Vox so far. He's described as being very showman-like, charismatic, and an attention hog. He is ALASTOR's biggest rival, and the two of them really don't see eye to eye when it comes to personal preferences. He's gotta be big in terms of business and marketing due to the fact that he owns a company currently referred to as Vox's Multimedia. But he's been shown advertising a brand called VAGGIE, as well as items like Voot Floops and V&Vs. Charismatic, egotistical, manipulative, and craves attention. And rivals with an Aquarius. That sounds like a straight-up Capricorn to me. Velvet has been described as being energetic, stylish, and trendy, but also very crazy. Because there's not too much information out there about her, I'm currently leaning towards Virgo, but because information is so limited, even with the Hazbinstagram accounts, I can't say for certain. Okay, all we can really say for certain about Valentino is that he's a controlling, manipulative, and abusive fucktard, especially towards Angel Dust. And he's in a sort of on-again, off-again thing with Vox. And you know what? I'm gonna throw him right in the Capricorn bin with Vox, because there's not really any other place I can think to put him. There are 4 more characters that I wanted to add to this list, but because so little is known about them and just what kind of role they'll play in the series, I'll leave these 4 up to you, the fans, to decide which Zodiacs you think align with them and what little we know about their personalities. Mimsy, who is described as being cheerful and confident. Rosie, who is apparently gentle and elegant in nature. Lilith, the calm, composed, and graceful Queen of Hell, and Lucifer, who is described as being a goofball and having a similar personality to Willy Wonka, but also seems to be critical towards Charlie and her hotel. Because, I don't know with these guys. That'll be all for this video, you guys. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry there wasn't all that much representation for the Libras out there. But come on, y'all are the peacemakers of this world and crave balance. Does that sound like a demon in hell to you? If you have any suggestions for future videos, leave them in the comment section below. My name is BlueRaven666, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!